tribe. I hope you're doing wonderfully. For those of you who have been taking part in Visibility Bootcamp so far, I invite you to jump back in to the trainings that you've done so far and just comment and leave a note, sharing your successes, sharing your breakthroughs. Hi Rachel, how are you? Share your successes, share your breakthroughs in the relevant training so that you can inspire others. You can there's something extra that happens when you share a breakthrough you've had, when you share a success that you've had. It cements and it deepens the learning. So I just invite you to do that. And if you're having any challenges, feel free to share those as well. You can either share them underneath the relevant training or just share in the group. It will send the post to me for approval, which I will do. I will approve it. But yeah, just, if you're having a challenge, just share. So today, the theme of today, you might be able to tell I'm in a slightly different environment. I'm actually in a hotel near Gatwick. I'm having a weekend encounter. For any of you who have been on an encounter before, basically connecting with... Are you okay? Connecting more deeply with God. When I was a teenager, I was at a sort of converted convent school. There were still some nuns working there though, and I used to go into chapel, and I would pray with all of my might. And my granny taught me to pray each night. She would have me kneel at the end of my bed and say my prayers. And since that time, my practice in terms of connecting to God was very erratic. And what I noticed is that about 4 years ago, when I started doing yoga and I started meditating, I noticed that my connection re-strengthened. And that was amazing. And since then, I've been, exploring different ways of connecting with God, different ways of connecting with source energy. And I wrote a post about this a couple of months ago about how my fiance had been going to a church near us for almost 2 years since he moved in with me. And I kept saying, no, I'll connect with God in my own way. I will connect with God through yoga. I'll connect with God through walks in the park. I'll connect with God through journaling. I won't be told where I can connect with God. And so I was refusing to go to church with him. And this was creating a sense of separation, because each Sunday he would do his thing and I would do my thing, instead of us being unified. And then I finally gave that up and actually went along to church with him and loved it. And it just made me think about, okay, where else in life am I still, even in spite of all the work that I've done, am I still saying no to something because I'm being stubborn? And that was a really great lesson to look at. So, as you may be able to see, I don't know if you can tell from my eyes, but it's been kind of an emotional day and an emotional evening. My son left to go to his grandma's about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. So already this is the longest that I haven't seen him for, and I'm not going to be seeing him until Sunday afternoon. Now, here's the thing, I'm still breastfeeding. He's only 6 months old. So that's been kind of emotional for me, and he's in absolutely safe hands. He's happy as Larry. I've seen pictures of him, I've seen videos of him. He's happy as anything. But for me, there's a lot going on hormonally in my body, and so that comes with its own kind of emotional side effects. So it's been an emotional day. It's also this evening I felt very emotional thinking about my dad, who's still in the hospice, thinking about, feeling this great sense of peace around connecting with God, and then thinking about, the lack of peace that he has. He's quite angry about dying, relatively young. Keeps saying he's not ready and all of that. So I am very human. I think that's the best way to summarize it. I'm raw and vulnerable, and I feel quite exposed today. I feel more vulnerable than I've felt in quite a while. I also feel very connected. I feel very connected to God. I feel very connected to myself. I feel very connected to my purpose. Very connected to all of you. And so this is me. So what I want to encourage you to do is, I noticed myself a thought this evening of, I've been crying quite a bit this evening. I've been dealing with, processing some challenging emotions, processing sadness. Should I really go live when I look, when I don't look perfect? Or should I just wait until tomorrow? And this is such an important lesson to share, and it's so pivotal and so integral to one of the things that I want you to get from Visibility Bootcamp, which is that however you are is perfect. However you are is perfect. You don't need to be looking perfect. You don't need to have a perfectly formulated game plan of what you're going to say, whether you're doing Facebook Live, whether you are getting up on stage. The most inspiring, life-changing, paradigm-shifting, transformative channels that I've listened to, channeled downloads, either live or in person, have been those where literally the person is channeling from God, from source energy, whatever they call it. They are channeling in that moment. They are not in their head rehearsing and regurgitating something that they've over prepared and over perfected previously. Of course, there's a time and a place for perfect delivery. There's a time and a place for rehearsing. There is a time and place for preparation. I'm not saying be badly prepared. However, what I'm saying is that in so many instances, you're already perfectly prepared to deliver your genuine message, your genuine story, what you genuinely need to share. You don't need to prepare any further. You don't need to have a perfect face. in order for your message to resonate and touch the people who you are wanting to touch. So your assignment for today is to share something. Share yourself vulnerably. You might be sharing a specific thing that you've been going through. You might even just be doing something like a Facebook Live without any makeup on. You might do what Rob Moore did recently, which is he did a Facebook Live from the bath. Then he did a Facebook Live from bed, and people started following suit. Whatever vulnerable looks like to you, whether it's sharing a part of yourself you don't normally share, sharing a part of your story you don't normally share, or simply sharing yourself in a more personal setting. My invitation to you is to share vulnerably, authentically. Be mindful. Don't undermine everything that you stand for. With some people, these things can go very wrong. Okay? So just be mindful. Share vulnerably. You are perfectly prepared. You are enough. You are a massive, massive contribution. You're of enormous value. Your message is of enormous value. So go ahead and do that. Let me know how you get on. And I will catch you tomorrow. And let me know what you got from this in the comments. Good night.